I'm going to show you how to create a custom assessment today and be able to share it with your team so that your whole team can use the same assessment. From HMH Ed, you're going to go to My Stuff and then My Assessments. Here is a blue Create button. Once you press Create, you can name your test, select Science, and enter the TEKS that the test covers. Press Create. And then we want to click the blue Add Items button. From there, on the left, we can select which grade level we want to use for our textbook, and then click our topic that we're interested in. On the left, in order to access the questions that are already in HMH, you have the lessons and the wrap-up resources. So from the lessons, this is where you could access the questions from quizzes that they have created, and then your unit tests are going to be in the wrap-up resources. So you could pull questions from any of those. It looks like nothing pops up here, but you need to click on the Evaluate over on the left, and then you can see that it'll open up all of the quizzes that are available for that lesson. I want to go use the questions from the unit test, so I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go to the Wrap-Up Resources. I'm going to click Test, and then I have my Test A, which is my regular test, and my Test B, which is my modified test. I'm going to click on Test A, and then it's going to allow me to see all the questions on Test A. I can click Show Answer to view the whole question and the answer. That way I can see if I want to add the question or not. So as I go through, I can select which questions to add to my test. Then I press Save and Done. So actually, before you press Save and Done, you can actually go through any of the resources over here and add as many questions as you want. So I can go back, I can go to my Lesson 1, Evaluate, and add some questions from the quiz items. And you can see it's keeping a running total of how many items I've added to my test so far. And again, I don't have to click Save and Done until I've added all the questions I want. I can continue to scroll through my table of contents and select different parts of my unit to add more questions from. When I've added all the questions I want, then you can press Save and Done. And you can see all the items that you've added here. You can also customize and make your own items as well. So when you press Add Items, you'll want to go to My Items. So these are items that I've already created in my own test question bank, and I can add those as well. Like I mentioned, you can make your own test items, but you will have to do that in the My Items right here, and then create your own test item that you would like to add. So you can see I've added a few of my own test questions here, and I want to add those to the test that I was making. So I'm going to go back to my assessments. I'm going to click on the test that I want to add those to. And then up here, I'm going to click on My Items. And then these are the test questions that I actually created, and I can add those as well. Also, anytime you are in your test item bank, Unit 1 test, and you want to edit a question that's already in there. So once you've added the test questions here, you can edit them. If you need to add additional answer choices, take some away. When you edit a test question item, then those actually get added to your My Items as your own individual test item. So you can see here, I put the word test in front of one of my questions just to see what happened. And now this was a question that was already in HMH, but since I changed it, it now adds it to My Items. The last thing I wanted to show you is how to share your assessments with your team so that only one person has to build the test and you can see them all. Click on your test, and then you're going to go to share, and then all you have to do is type the person's name in, and their name should pop up. And then you click on their name and press share. Once you have shared with your team, then you can go to shared with me. And then right here, it's going to look like nothing's here, but right here, you're going to go to show assessments. And this is going to show any of the tests that other teachers have shared with you so that you can all use it. If you would like to make a copy of the other teacher's test so that you can edit for yourself, you can click on it and press duplicate.